Hi, this is highly functional autistic Johnny doing a combined review of family dynamics with a narcissist and seizures related to autism. So seizures could be blamed to switch on the synapses in the brain that create autism, which would explain a little bit, because I had a few seizures when I was not. I would have thought it would happen younger, but it might have done. I was thinking about 8, and then I asked some people at the autistic meetup, and they said they had similar stuff happen to them. Some of them 2 or 3, I think, at least. So they say it's neurodevelopment delay in children with autism and intellectual disabilities. From Penn Medicine Publishing, published in Cell Reports. See the title there? Published on May 29th of 2018. Okay, so senior author Francis E. Jensen, MD, chair of the Development of Neurology and a professor of neurology in the Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania. The timing is important. We need to stop it right after the seizures and before a critical period of developing in children's life so that the brain can develop without any problems. That's interesting. According to the Center for Disease Control and Preservation, one in 60 children in the United States have autism. Up to 40% of children with autism and intellectual disabilities also suffer from epilepsy. 35% of children with infantile spasms develop long-term intellectual disabilities that include autism. Now, this probably validates more, because this other half I'm going to talk about now, my dad being a narcissist, is when I was 7 or 8 and had these seizures, which ever since I moved lived on my own from my family, I stopped. I don't think I haven't really had these seizures in a long time. But when I was really young and I was taken to a doctor, this psychologist for my autism, when I was really, really young, I think it was for autism, um, my dad wouldn't believe me when I said, when I felt sick, had these seizures, because I didn't know what it was when I was a kid. Because I'd get dizzy and the room would spin and it would make it really hard to move around. And sometimes I'd feel like time distortion. Things would sound slower or faster. I think it was slower. But yeah, I think that might be a narcissistic trait of my dad. Not really caring about or believing me when I said I had these things, and I I did mention to him a few years ago, but he just blamed me like a narcissist does and says, "Oh, why didn't you tell me back then?" Well, I did, and he thought I was faking or something, or he thought everything would be alright eventually. He didn't even bother. Yeah, it's just the weirdest shit. Yeah, so all this time I thought it was because I was living in my dad's dirty apartment that could have either caused it or enhanced the sickness that I had. That made me dizzy and disoriented and I don't know what you call it, maybe seizure. So going no contact is for both my mental and physical health, so that decreases the risk of having that pop up in my life. So yeah. Yeah, it's just a weird thing. Right. If you have any comments, or if any of you are autistic and had a similar situation, type down below and subscribe. So I have a bit of a cough, bad throat. Yeah. This morning. But alright. Peace.